Hey team, happy hump day. It is the Wednesday right after Valentine's Day. I know many of you probably did lots of coupley things, maybe went out for dinner, exchanged gifts. I, on the other hand, went to the gym and came home and made a ham. But in all seriousness, I love buying the little Schneider's hams because they last for days. They're super easy to make, and I like stretching the leftovers into different things. Which brings us to tonight's dinner. So in the spirit of Valentine's Day, the key to a woman's heart, for some of you, maybe it's flowers, maybe it's chocolates, but I guarantee you that the one thing that all women love, cheese. Seriously, that's all I would ever need for Valentine's Day. If somebody just showed up with a cheese board and a baguette, done. So for tonight's dinner, I decided to get a little bit fancy. And we are gonna make some Croque Monsieur. Lisa, what is Croque Monsieur? It's fancy French grilled cheese. Now do not be intimidated. It is super easy to make. So you have some kind of sturdy bread. So I'm using a lovely sourdough today. You want something that's going to be able to hold up against a lot of the other richness of the sandwich. You have ham, either like a sliced ham from your deli counter. I'm going to be slicing up, obviously, the leftover ham that I have. You want some kind of a Gruyere or an Emmental or a Swiss cheese. Something that's got a little bit of funk, but that's going to melt really nicely. And you have a bechamel sauce. So that's what makes it a little bit more unique. Bechamel sauce is also super easy to make. It's one of the French mother sauces. Look at me sounding like I know what I'm talking about. And it's just butter, flour, and milk. Just gotta put on a little bit of dinner cooking music. I may have a very slight but healthy obsession with Dermot Kennedy. Don't judge me. So we're gonna start with the roux, which is just equal parts butter and flour. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of each. We're gonna get this browned in the pan together and whisking. And bechamels are basically just a white sauce. So they're a good base for chicken pot pies. They're really great in like mac and cheese, and then that way you can add your cheese to it and it gets all ooey gooey and delicious. But you always start with the roux. Sorry for the interruption, that was a really good part of the song. So our roux is looking good here. So we're just going to slowly add the milk. And when you add in your milk, you want to keep stirring constantly. Adding about a cup of milk here, maybe a bit more depending on the consistency that comes out. And you're gonna keep whisking it until it's thick. In just a few minutes, you can see just how beautiful and thick this comes together. So when you're here, you can remove it from the heat. We're just gonna add a little salt and pepper. I did use salted butter, so obviously season to your preference. I'm actually also gonna add just a touch of Dijon mustard. You don't have to. I know not everyone's a mustard fan, but this is just gonna add a little bit of extra tang into the sandwich. We're gonna go into a 425 degree oven for about 5 or 6 minutes until the cheese gets nice and gooey. After the cheese melts, we're gonna turn it onto a broil for 2 or 3 minutes so that it gets nice and bubbly on top. It's also gonna help the bread get nice and crunchy. So Croque Monsieur, the word croque actually comes from the French word croquer, which means crunch or to crunch. And so that's the sound that you're looking for when you get a Croque Monsieur. If you want to turn a Croque Monsieur into a Croque Madame, you make the sandwich the exact same way, but after the sandwich is all done, you add a fried egg on top. Oh, look at how beautiful it is. Ready for the crunch? Oh, yes. Come on. Serve with a side salad for, I don't know, health and a lovely Bordeaux. Bon appetit!